जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today is Sunday. It is 11th of May. It is Vaishakha Masa or Madhusudana Masa, Shukla Paksham, and Chaturdashi Tithi. So today is the appearance day of Shri Narasimha. So fasting until dusk. It depends on the time. You can just Google the time. So what is the dusk time is before it gets night and after the sunset. So that is called the dusk period. So until that point, it is a full fasting. So we shall read few lines from special Vaishnava days. So this is what we have got prepared. Can you request devotees take turns? So each devotee take turn to read 4 pages, starting with Meena Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण Narasimha Chaturdashi, full fasting till dusk. Sunrise and sunset mark the beginning and the end of the day. Hiranyakashipu was slain during the dusk, which is the darker part of the twilight being the sections of time between the day and the night. So you may wish to fully observe this fast until around 9 p.m. or so here in the UK. Nara means human, Simha is a lion. So this incarnation of half man and half lion is known as Lord Narasimha Deva. Inauspicious moment. The story kind of being with the chapter uh, pregnancy Diti in the evening as she conceived any in a, at an inauspicious moment, and these two demons took birth in her womb. Offense to the Brahman. The four Kumaras born the four Kumaras firstborn sons of Brahma and actually great sages who prefer and as innocent young boys. Refused we are refused entry to Vaikuntha by Jaya and Vijaya, two doorkeepers. The sage become angry and cursed that pair to take birth in the material world for their discriminatory attitudes. Supreme love opulence. At that moment, arrived on the scene, appearance most beautiful and wonderful to behold, offering sincere apology to Kumara for his servant untoward action, accepting the blame for their behavior himself. He offered Jaya and Vijaya to choose between taking birth 7 times as his devotee or 3 times as demon, his enemies. After they discussed, the gatekeeper chose the latter so they could return as quick as possible to their post. Kumara realized the four Kumara just by smelling the fragrance of tulsi leaves mixed with chandan offered to the lotus feet of the Lord gave up their conceptions of impersonalism and become great devotee of the Lord.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request Asha Mataji next four slides to read?
Meditation for sense gratification. When the two terrible and powerful demons, formerly Jaya and Vijaya, now known as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, took birth, there were so many inauspicious symptoms obvious to everyone. The elder brother, Hiranyakashipu, wanted to become immortal and control everyone for his demoniac purposes. So he performed great austerities, standing on the tips of his toes with his arm raised for 125 years of the demigods to achieve great benediction. Fire and smoke emanated from his body, which was choking the inhabitants of the universe. Lord Brahma advised them of the cause of the disturbance and promised that the Lord himself would appear to correct the situation in due course. He came down on his swan carrier and sprinkled holy water on Hiranyakasipu, giving him an excellent and tremendously powerful body, which has been eaten by ants during his austerities and in which he had somehow maintained his life heirs in the skeleton. Brahma offered Hiranyakashipu a benediction, but when requested, he advised he could be not offer something he himself didn't have immortality. Hiranyakashipu had plenty of time to think it all through. So he cunningly tried to achieve immortality in a roundabout way. So he instead asked for the benediction that he wouldn't be killed in the day or night, on the land, sea, or sky, not by any demigod, man, or beast, nor any weapon, etc. Lord Brahma agreed and gave him all he requested. Having achieved in this view immortality, he rejoiced, thinking himself free. And now he decided, let everyone worship me. Thereupon he took control of all the functions of the demigods, who were completely terrified of him. Finding him unassailable, he proceeded to terrorize the universe. Birth of Prahlad, devotee of the Lord. While Hiranyakashipu was away performing austerities, his pregnant wife, Kayadu, was kidnapped by the demigods, who were terrified of the unborn child becoming an even greater demon, and so they planned to kill the child after birth. But the great saintly devotee Narada Muni stopped them and told them they couldn't possibly harm the child as he was actually a great devotee, fully protected by the Lord. Narada kept Kayadu at his ashram and gave her all instruction on spiritual life. And the child Prahlada heard these while in the womb and remembered them after his birth. Prahlada preaching Krishna consciousness. The saintly boy Prahlada would take each opportunity to preach to his schoolmates in the school for demons he was sent to by his father. So he would also grow up to be a nice demon. He would engage the boys in kirtana, and these activities were brought by his teachers to the attention of Hiranyakashipu, who asked his little boy Prahlada from where he had gotten such tools.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely read. Okay, so can I request next Gaurangi Mataji to read the next few slides, please? Gaurangi Mataji. Hare Krishna, Gaurangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Read Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can you do a little bit bigger, Prabhuji? Okay. I have glass, Prabhuji. I couldn't see this. Okay. When Prahlada explained to his father about the real goal of life, to surrender to Krishna, Hiranyakasipu furiously threw him off his lap and decided um, Prahlada should be killed, like a cancerous growth in the body. Hiranyakashipu tried to many ways to kill his innocent son, who had fearlessly uh, dared to become a devotee of his enemy Vishnu, who had formerly killed his younger twin Hiranyaksha. He had Prahlada thrown into the um, most fearful place in his kingdom, the pit of snakes. But the snakes wouldn't bite him. So many terrible demons surrounded Prahlada and tried to kill him. But all the while he happily chanted the Maha Mantra that their weapons could not harm him. Hiranyakasipu had Prahlada thrown off a hog cliff. But the Lord kindly saved him. He was put into a pot of boiling ghee, but Prahlada kept chanting and was unharmed. He was supposed uh, to be uh, trampled by a hog elephant, but the elephant, instructed by the Lord in his heart, picked him up in triumphantly, put Prahlada on the shoulders, placed on an Iceland with the fairest of hurricanes. Prahlada just kept fearlessly chanting the holy names and was unsected. Hiran, Hiranyakasipu tried to position Prahlada with enough deadly position in the food to kill 100 elephants. But Prahlada innocently offered the food to Krishna, and the food those become prasadam and as pure as the Lord. So Prahlada was perfectly okay when he acted this. Hiranyakasipu was exasperated and furious at his wits' end and asked Prahlada, I see you have some mystic power, or where do you get this from? Prahlada replied, the same place you get yours from Father, from Krishna, hissing like an engaged, engaged, engaged snake. He asks, where is this God of yours, Prahlada? He is everywhere, Father, everywhere. Is he here? Is he in this pillar of my palace? Yes, Father. Then I will kill him.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely read.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so can I request Saranya Mataji for next few slides, please?
Hare Krishna. A surprise. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.8.12. O most unfortunate Prahlada, O most unfortunate Prahlada, you have always described a supreme being other than me, the supreme being who is above everything and who is the controller of everyone, who is all pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Srimad SP 7.8.13. Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. 7.8.14. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu, who was very great in bodily strength, thus chastised his exalted devotee son Prahlada with harsh words, cursing him again and again. Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger struck his first fist against the column. SP 7.8.15. Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. O my dear Yudhishthira, this sound reached even the abodes of demigod like Lord Brahma, and when the demigod heard it, they thought, Hare Krishna Prabhu. They thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed. SB 7.8.16. While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tumultuous sound which had never before been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demon were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. SP 7.9.12, Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Narasimha standing before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded the dimension of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gasping mouth appeared like caves of a mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest was broad, his waist thin, and the hairs on the body as white as the rays of the moon. Lord's beautiful Narasimha form. SP 7.8.23. Hiranyakashipu murmured to himself, Lord Vishnu, who possesses great mystic power, has made this plan to kill me. But what is the use of such an attempt? Who can fight with me? Thinking like this and taking his club, Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord like an elephant. SB 7.8.24. Just as a small insect falls fearfully into the fire and the insignificant creature become invisible, when Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord, who was full of effulgence, Hiranyakashipu became invisible. This is not at all astonishing, for the Lord is always situated in pure goodness. Formerly, due to creation, he entered the dark universe and illuminated it by his spiritual effulgence. SP 7.8.25. Therefore, thereafter, the great demon Hiranyakashipu, who was extremely angry, swiftly attacked Narasimhadeva with his club and began to beat him. Lord Narasimhadeva, however, captured the great demon along with his club, just as Garuda might capture a great snake. Lord's beautiful Narasimha form. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.8.26. O Yudhishthira, O great son of Bharata, when Lord Narasimha gave Hiranyakashipu a chance to slip from his hand, just as Garuda sometimes plays with a snake and let it slip from his mouth, the demigods who has lost their abodes and who were hiding behind the clouds for fear of the demon did not consider that incident very good. Indeed, they were perturbed. 7.8.27. When Hiranyakashipu was freed from the hands of Narasimhadeva, he falsely thought that the Lord was afraid of his prowess. Therefore, after taking a little rest from the fight, he took up his sword and shield and again attacked the Lord with great force. 7.8.28. Making a loud, shrill sound of laughter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, who is extremely strong and powerful, captured Hiranyakashipu, who was protecting himself with his sword and shield, leaving no gaps open. With the speeds of a hawk, Hiranyakashipu moved sometimes in the sky and sometimes on the earth, his eyes closed because of the fear of Narasimha's laughter. Narasimha's law. Hare Krishna.
Um, Okay, yeah, you can read this slide as well.
Hare Krishna. Narasimha's loafer. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.8.28, making a loud, shrill sound of laughter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, who is extremely strong and powerful, captured Hiranyakashipu, who was protecting himself with his swords and shield, leaving no gaps open, and within the speed of a hawk, Hiranyakashipu moved sometimes in the sky and sometimes on the earth, his eyes closed because of fear of Narasimha's laughter. As a 7.8.29, as a snake captures a mouse or Garuda captures a very venomous snake, Lord Narasimhadeva captured Hiranyakashipu, who could not be pierced even by the thunderbolt of King Indra. As Hiranyakashipu moved his limbs here and there and all around, very much afflicted at being captured, Lord Narasimha placed the demon on his lap, supporting him with his thighs and in the doorway of the assembly hall, and Lord very easily tore the demons to pieces with the nails of his hand.
Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Can request Usha Mataji to read the next few slides, please.
Yeah, okay, very good. In Narsimha killed demon. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.8.30. Lord Narsimha Deva's mouth and mane were sprinkled with drops of blood, and his fierce eyes, full of anger, were impossible to look at. Lick, licking the edge of his mouth with his tongue, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narsimha Deva, decorated with a garland of intestines taken from Hiranyakasipu's abdomen, resembled a lion that has just killed an elephant. Uh, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had many arms, first uprooted Hiranyakasipu's heart and then threw him aside and turned toward the demon's soldiers. These soldiers had come in thousands of to fight with him with raised weapons and were very faithful followers of Hiranyakasipu. But Lord Narasimha Deva killed all of them merely with the ends of his nails. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.8.22. The hair of Narasimhadeva's head shook the clouds and scattered them here and there. His glaring eyes told the effulgence of the uh, luminaries in the sky, and his breathing agitated the seas and oceans. Because of his roaring, all the elephants in the world began to cry in fear. Narsimhas from opulences. Uh, Airplanes were thrown into outer space and the upper planetary system by the hair of Narasimhadeva's head. Because of the pressure of the Lord's lotus feet, the earth appeared to slip from its position, and all the hills and mountains sprung up due to his intolerance force. Because of the Lord's bodily effulgence, both the sky and all directions diminished in their natural illumination, manifesting a full effulgence and a fearsome countenance. Lord Narasimha, being very angry and finding no constant to face his power and opulence, then sat down in the assembly hall on the excellent throne of the king. Because of fear and obedience, no one could come forward to serve the Lord directly. Hiranyakasipu had been exactly like a fever of a meningitis in the head of the three worlds. Thus, when the wives of the demigods in the heavenly planets saw that the great demons had been killed by the personal hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their face blossomed in great joy. The wives of the demigods again and again showered flowers from heaven upon Lord Narasimha Deva like rain. Narasimhadev pacified. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva tried to pacify the angry Lord who was so outraged by the torment, tormenting of his dear devotee. Mother Lakshmi wouldn't approach him, and finally Lord Brahma requested Prahlad on whose behalf, behalf the Lord had appeared. I too offer a garland and sweet illuminating prayers. Lord is pleased with prayers. Lord Narasimha Deva was very pleased by the Prahlads of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. Maybe we will discuss this tomorrow. Oh, thanks for your patience. Meanwhile, we can read this and the surrounding chapters on the Veda base. Sri Narasimha Chaturdasi ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. And this is the dusk period to know. So for the avoidance of doubt, here are some references that may help us understand Prabhupada's words. And I was in the month of June, still in the morning, wind was so cold, and there is double glass in every window, double glass, like just like aeroplane, double. And at the 11:30 in the month of June, when your country it is 11:30, that is evening, and at 3:30 morning, and still the little night. So that is just like a dusk. It is not completely dark. So this is conversations between October 25, 1972 in Vrindavan. So this is, and then further. So Hiranyakshipu thought that he was immortal, but to protect Prahlad Maharaj, the Lord Narasimha killed Hiranyakshipu without violating the boons granted by Lord Brahma. Narasimhadeva was neither man nor beast, but half man, half lion. Placing Hiranyakshipu on his lap, the Lord killed him with his fingernails on the threshold of the demon's palace at dusk. So here, if we see this picture, this sunset and sunrise, and then if we see there is a civil at the bit, the light blue color. So that kind of a dusk period. Night period is this one. The complete black is night and complete yellow is day. And the periods like civil, nautical, astronomical. So they may be falling into the dusk period. And there are prayers to Lord Narasimha by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So within my sinful heart, the six enemies headed by lust perpetually reside, as well as duplicity, the desire for fame, plus sheer cunning. At the lotus feet of the Lord Narasimha, I hope that He will mercifully purify my heart and give me the desire to serve Lord Krishna. Weeping, I will beg at the lotus feet of Lord Narasimha for the benediction of worshipping Radha and Krishna in Navadvipa, perfectly safe and free from all difficulties. When will this Lord Hari, whose terrible form strikes fear into fear itself, even become pleased and show me his mercy? Even though Lord Narasimha is terrifying toward the sinful souls, he offers great auspices into the devotees of the Lord Krishna, headed by Prahlad Maharaj. When will he be pleased to speak words of compassion unto me, a worthless fool, and thereby make me fearless? He will say, Dear child, sit down freely and live happily here in Sri Gauranga Dhama. May you nicely worship the divine couple and may you develop loving attachment for their holy names. By the mercy of my devotees, all obstacles are cast far away. With a purified heart, just perform to worship of Radha and Krishna. For such worship overflows with sweet nectar. Saying this, will that Lord delightfully place his own divine lotus feet upon my head? I will experience sublime love for the divine couple Radha and Krishna and undergo the ecstatic transformations called Satvika. Falling on the ground, I will roll about at the door of Sri Narasimhadeva temple. Sri Narasimhadeva ki jai. Okay, so this is all about today's Lord appearance of Sri Narasimhadeva. So fasting until dusk time. That is from the event's perspective. Thank you so much all the dear devotees for kindly reading. So this is I have shared one as well in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so we shall for now quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Buddha was remembering Krishna, so about how he has performed his wonderful pastimes. He has appeared in the home of Vasudeva. That was also very wonderful. And just after, as soon as he took birth, uh, and then he left to Vrindavana. So in the fear of Kamsa in the Madhura. And even though he is supreme personality of Godhead, he is all powerful. So Krishna's such pastimes are very wonderful. By remembering those things, I'm a bit wondering. Likewise, it is making me distressed. Now the Lord has disappeared from the sight of the materialistic people. Likewise, Buddha is remembering in the 16th sloka. So today he is saying again, uh, it is giving me another pain that by looking at the Krishna's humbleness. So as soon as he has killed Kamsa, once he returned from Vrindavana to Mathura, he killed Kamsa. During that time, he offered his obeisances to Devaki and Vasudev, and then speaking to them, my dear mother and my dear father. So though we are your children, but we could not get a chance to serve you and please you. So likewise, because we were far away from because the fear of Kamsa. Likewise, when they were saying to Vasudeva and Devaki, here Buddha is remembering in such a way those how Krishna was also very humble and remembering that statements of Krishna, it is giving him more pain as well. Remembering those beautiful pastimes. Now he is feeling the separation from Krishna. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 2, verse number 17. दुनोति चेतः स्मरतो ममैतद् यदाह पादाभिवन्द्य पित्रोः ताताम्बकं साद् गुरुसिङ्कितानं प्रसीदतं नो कृतनिष्कृतीनां धुनोति चेतः स्मरतो मम एतद्. Dhunot, it gives me pain in the heart. Dhunoti chetaha, give me pain in the heart when smarato mama etad, while thinking of smarato mama etad, my etad, all these things, mama etad, yadaha pado abhivandya pitroho. So during the time when he was yad aha, so Lord was speaking yadaha in such a way. He said to uh, Padav Abhivandya Pitroho. He has offered his obeisances to his father Vasudeva and Devaki. Pitroho. Pitroho is of the parents. Padav Abhivandya Pitroho. And what he was saying, Tatamba Kamsad Guru Sankitanam. Tatamba, my dear father, my dear mother. Amba, my dear mother. Tata, Amba, my dear father and mother. Kamsad Guru Sankitanam. Kamsad, out of Kamsa's Guru, the great Sankitanam of those who are afraid of. So Kamsad Guru Sankitanam, by fear of Kamsa, the great fear of Kamsa. And then what he is saying? Prasidatam Naha Akruta Nishkritinam. And we didn't get a chance to give pleasure to you. Prasidatam Naha is our activities did not give any pleasure to you. And Akrita, and not executed. Akrita Nishkritina, duties to serve you. Nishkritina. So we have not served in our lifetime so far. Likewise, Krishna and Balrama, they have been offering their obeisances to father and mother and speaking very nicely. And here Uddhava is remembering how gentle, how humble Krishna and Balrama were. And then remembering those pastimes, again it is giving pain to Uddhava in his heart. Dhunoti chetaha smarato mamaitad yadaha pado abhivanjya pitroho tatrambakam sad guru sankitanam prasidatam naha akruta nishkritinam. Akurata Nishkritinam. It's a translation for this shloka. Lord Krishna begged pardon from his parents for their, that is Krishna's and Balrama's, inability to serve their feet due to being away from home because of great fear of Kamsa. And he said, O mother, O father, please excuse us for this inability. All this behavior of the Lord gives me pain at heart. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Meena Mataji to read purport, please?
Hare Krishna. It appears that Lord Krishna and Baldev were both greatly afraid of Kansa, and therefore they had to hide themselves. But if Lord Krishna and Baldev and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how was it possible that uh, they were afraid of Kansa? Is there any contradictions in such statement? Vasudeva, due to his great appreciation for Krishna, wanted to give him protection. He never thought that Krishna was the Supreme Lord and could protect himself. He thought of Krishna as his son. Because Vasudeva was a great devotee of the Lord, he did not like to think that Krishna might be killed like his other children. Morally, Vasudeva was bound to deliver bound to deliver Krishna to the hand of Kansa because he had promised to turn over all his children. But out of his great love for Krishna, he broken his promise, and the Lord was very pleased with Vasudeva for his transcendental mentality. He did not want to disturb the intense affection of Vasudeva, and thus he agreed to be carried by his father to the house of Nanda, Nanda and Yashoda. And just to taste the intense love of Vasudeva, Lord Krishna fell down in the water of the Yamuna while his father was crossing the river. Vasudeva became mad after his child as he tried to recover him in the midst of the rising river. They are all glorified pastime of the Lord, and there is no contradiction in such manifestations. Since Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he was never afraid of Kansa, but do, but to but to please his father, he agreed to be so. And the most brilliant part of his supreme character was that he begged pardon from him parents for being unable to serve their feet while absent from home because of fear of Kansa, the Lord whose lotus feet are worshipped by demigods like Brahma and Shiva, wanted to worship the feet of Vasudeva. Such instructions by the Lord or the demigod such instruction by the Lord to the world is quite appropriate. Even if one is the supreme Lord, one must serve his parents. Embedded a son is indebted to his parents in so many ways, and it is the duty of the son to serve his parents. However great the son may be, indirectly, Krishna wanted to teach the atheists who do not accept the supreme fatherhood of God, and they may learn from this action how much the Supreme Father has to be respected. Uddhava, Uddhava was simply struck with wonder by such glorious behavior of the Lord, and he was very sorry that he was unable to go with him. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here Prabhupada is describing the summary of this paragraph. So it appears that Krishna and Balram are greatly afraid of Kamsa, even though they are the supreme personality of Godhead. How is it possible? So here, is there any contradiction? Some people may ask, how can Krishna would be afraid of Kamsa when he was a child. So here, the feelings of Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna understand this mood of father and mother. So previously, Vasudeva and Devaki, their 6 children, they were killed by Kamsa. Now here, Vasudeva has got affection towards Krishna, now the 8th child, and he wanted to protect somewhere or other. He does not want anything to happen to the child again. So by remembering all the past things, so what has happened? Vasudeva and Devaki, they gave birth to the 6 children. So 6 children, when the Vasudeva gave the first child to Kamsa, and then Kamsa was very pleased with Vasudeva's behavior, and then says, Vasudeva, you have been keeping your promise as you have given to me and giving this child. But anyway, uh, so at the time Kamsa was very pleased, and he was also compassionate and kind, saying that I don't want this file child, oh Vasudeva. So you are always truthful. You do everything that you keep your promise, something like that. He appreciates Vasudeva and he gives back the child. You just take this child and you live happily with the child. So Vasudeva takes that child, but Vasudeva does not trust him completely, because demons, we do not know when they will change. And sometimes even it appears that they are doing good, but in the next moment, as soon as they see some kind of danger, they do not stick to their words. Likewise, so next second child born, third child born. So by the time it comes to that Krishna is born, all the first 6 children, they're of their ages of maybe 12 years, 11 years, or 10 years, something like that, in that way. So that they are grown up. There is affection and love has been already formed between the children and Devaki and Vasudeva. And they were also, even Kamsa also was playing with those children. Kamsa is also playing because they're all his sister's children. But later on, Narada may come into the picture. Then he says to Kamsa, just bringing one flower, taking the petals. Petals are encircled to the lotus Karnikar, saying that this is the first petal, which is the first petal, which is the second petal, then make a confusion in the Kamsa's thoughts, saying that, oh Kamsa, you are saying that the Devaki's 8th child is going to kill you, but which petal it is going to be? Whether if you see the circle, you do not know which is the first, which is the 8th, something like that. Then he raised this concerns in the mind. And then after that, immediately Kamsa, he took the uh, sword, and then he has killed all the children. So in such a way, he gave so much of distress. Now, Vasudeva, because of that fear of Kamsa, because of his behavior, then Vasudeva, he wanted to save somewhere other, and he increased the affection to Krishna. See, this is Vasudeva never thought that Krishna was Supreme Lord and he could protect himself. He thought of Krishna as his son, because Vasudeva was great devotee of Lord, and he did not like to think that Krishna might be killed like his older other children. Morally, Vasudeva was bound to deliver Krishna to the hands of Kamsa, because he had promised to turn over all his children. But out of his great love for Krishna, he broke his promise, and Lord was very pleased with Vasudeva for his transcendental mentality. So by this time, the Lord has already appeared uh, in the 8th time. So in the 7th time, Balrama was appeared in the womb of Devaki, and then Balrama was transferred by Yogamaya into the womb of Rohini. Later on, Krishna entered into the womb of Devaki and then has appeared with 4 hands in front of Devaki and Vasudeva. And then, on the request of Vasudeva and Devaki, he has turned himself into baby Krishna. And then here, Vasudeva has got great love for Krishna. So he wanted to save the child from the Kamsa's heinous acts. So he did not want to disturb the intense affection of Vasudeva. So because of that feelings of Vasudeva, now Krishna did not want to disturb the affection of Vasudeva, and thus he agreed to be carried by his father to the house of Nanda and Yashoda. So that is the main purpose. And then, just to test the intense love of Vasudeva, Lord Krishna fell down in the waters of the Yamuna also while he was uh, crossing the river. See, again, Lord Krishna is testing, even that is already he is in that mood, anxiety. Vasudeva was in the anxiety, but still here, again Krishna wanted to test the intense love of Vasudeva, and again he fell. But again Vasudeva became mad after his child, and he tried to recover him in the midst of the rising river. Somewhere other, Vasudeva has taken Krishna back onto that basket and then continued his journey to Nanda and Yashoda Mata's home. So there, that is the test. And now, after these are all glorified pastimes of the Lord. Here, Vasudeva, he has skipped his promise, and the Lord was very pleased with Vasudeva for his. So, similar kind of promise when Krishna asked Yudhishthira in the Kurukshetra battle to lie to Dronacharya about his son Ashwadhama. But Yudhishthira was a little bit hesitated at the time, but somewhere or other, Bhimasena, he understand what Krishna wanted, and then immediately he killed an elephant which is named Ashwadhama. Then Yudhishthira was able to say the truth at the end. Ashwadham ataha kunjaraha. Kunjaraha was slowly uttered, but actually the previous Ashwadham ataha, that is, it is said loudly. So, but here, that is small thing. So, during that time, even Yudhishthira's the chariot, until that point, it was little bit higher than the earth, and then it has shrunk a inch or something like that. Otherwise, it was of 4 inches above the earth. It was shrunk 1 inch. The gap was reduced to the earth. So that was mentioned. Okay, so that is the differences between whenever it is Krishna without any hesitation. One has, even in the pastime of Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami, he wanted to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was in the prison, and then somewhere other, so he was making an arrangement with the that doorkeeper, that if you just make me escape from this prison, I'll give you some money. So, see, for higher purpose, for Krishna's sake, one can do anything. One can do anything. So that Krishna appreciates that. So these are all glorified pastimes of the Lord, and there is no contradiction in such manifestations. Since Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he was never afraid of Kamsa. He was never afraid of Kamsa, but to please his father, he agreed to be so. And then most brilliant part of the supreme character was that he begged pardon from his parents for being unable to serve their feet while absent from home because of fear of Kamsa. So as soon as it is not in the jurisdiction of Krishna and Balrama, they were children and babies. So, but still, when they are begging pardon from their parents, and looking when Uddhava is trying to understand, he is so compassionate. His heart is getting melted by the humility of Krishna. So the Lord whose lotus feet are worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma and Shiva wanted to worship feet of Vasudeva. That is what he is saying. Padabhivandya pitroho. Padabhivandya pitroho. So he wanted to worship Vasudeva. So such instruction by the Lord to the world is quite appropriate. Even if one is the Supreme Lord, one must serve his parents. A son is indebted to his parents in so many ways. So this is Deva Rishi Apta Bandhunam. Deva Rishi Apta Bandhunam. So demigods, rishis, Apta is the relatives, is the parents, and then relatives. Rishinam, na kinkaro raja mruniya cha rajan, na kinkaro nayam mruni cha rajan. So he will not become indebted to all these personalities. He will not become na ayam kinkara raja mruniya rajan. By default, he is indebted, but he was indebted when what? And in what circumstances? Yes, sarvatmanaha saranam saranyam gato mukundam parihutya kartum. When he has surrendered himself unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all these debts will be completely free of. Parihutya kartum. Yes, sarvatmanaha saranam saranyam gato mukundam parihutya kartum. So then he will be free from all kinds of debts to his parents or rishis or demigods or all the relatives who have supported Panchabhutas, everything. Both Apta Rishinam, everything, he will not be indebted anymore. Otherwise, he is indebted. So here Krishna was, a son is indebted to his parents in so many ways, and it is the duty of the son to serve his parents, however great son may be. So here, Krishna, he wanted to teach the atheists who do not accept the supreme fatherhood of God. So they think that if there is God, he would not have any father. But here, Krishna has got father, Vasudeva and Devaki, the father and the mother. So it is possible in all respects, anything is possible for Krishna. So that is, he wanted to teach the atheists who do not accept the supreme fatherhood of God. And they may learn from this action how much Supreme Father has to be respected. How much Supreme Father has to be respected. And Uddhava was simply struck with wonder by such a glorious behavior of the Lord. And there, in one circumstance, so if he is a supreme God, we have to give so much of respect. If the person is son, we love him and we can kiss him. If he is like a God, means he is all powerful and he is supreme, then we cannot approach him, we cannot kiss him, and we cannot love him like we wanted. When become he like a one among us, we can do everything. So in order to exchange those loving feelings, the Lord appears among us in a beautiful Krishna form. We cannot kiss God, but we can kiss Krishna. So in such a way, those are the feelings. He is available to everyone very easily. By bhaktya mama vijanati yavana shashmi tattvataha. Okay, so that is, Uddhava is remembering those glorious behavior of the Lord, and he was very sorry that he was unable to go with the Lord. And he stuck up, he still remained on the instruction of Krishna. Krishna says, "Oh Uddhava, now you go to the Badrikashrama." While he was going there, now he has been taking rest during the Yamuna pastime, banks of Yamuna, where he has met Uddhava, where Uddhava has met Vidura. Now Vidura is remembering pastimes of Krishna and sharing with Vidura whenever Vidura inquires about Krishna. So likewise, it is a beautiful remembrance of Krishna's pastimes. When we become older, we also again remember all these pastimes about the devotional service and all those things. If you are not devotees, then they will think about the I worked there, I worked here, all nonsense things. They are not benefiting the living entity in his old ages. If he's a devotee, he would be very pleased. I have met this devotee, I have met that devotee, I went for bhajans. And this is what everything is, all scriptures. Ante Narayana Smritihi. So that is the beauty of it for the devotees. Dunoti chetah smarato mamaitat yadaha padabivanti pitroho tatambakam sadguru sinkitanam prasidatam naha akruta nishkritinam. Prasidatam naha akruta nishkritinam. So that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shall Mota Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Naina Bhirama, August 1st, 1970, Los Angeles. It is a tiny letter. Can I request any other voluntary devotees, unallocated devotees, to read this? Asha Mataji, would you like to read this letter, Mataji?
My dear Nayana Birama, please accept my blessing. I am in due receipt of your letter dated 30th of July 1970 and noted the contents. I have duly initiated the new student Elaine Mabeja, and her spiritual name is Devi Shakti Devi. Devi Shakti Devi Dasi. I have sent her beads backed by separate airpost, and her letter is enclosed herewith. I beg to thank you also for the check of $50 contribution to my book fund. It is very welcome. Regarding your proposed marriage with Srimadi Devi Devi Shakti, Devi Shakti, she appears to be a very nice, intelligent devotee. So if she is agreeable to your proposal, I have all blessings for your marriage. Now please work combinedly in Krishna's service with your new wife when you are married and make your lives perfect in Krishna consciousness. That is my desire. You should be very careful to always set up the highest example of a householder life in Krishna consciousness, and that will automatically benefit all persons with whom you come in contact. So you live and work together in Krishna consciousness and happy chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hope this will meet in good health. Your ever well wisher A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Can I try that? Srila Prabhupada sending the letter to Nayana Birama, and he says he very recently initiated a new student called Elaine Marburger, and even Srila Prabhupada mentioning her name is, sorry, Prabhupada, I don't know how, Devi Shakti Devi Dasi, and he said he sent the beads uh, and and a letter as well. And Srila Prabhupada thanking Nayana Pirama Prabhu for the £50 $50 contribution for the book fund. And regarding the proposed marriage with Srimati Devi Sakri Devi Dasi, Srila Prabhupada saying that she is a nice, intelligent devotee. So if he marry her, then they can both carry on doing the Krishna service, and even is request them to be a role model couple in Krishna consciousness. So they whoever their friends, families in contact, they can even follow them nicely. So they should be the couple should be the newly married couple should be an example for other devotees and other people. And he even mentioned that his blessings are there for them. So always the main thing he said they should be in a live in a high perfect householder life, so others can follow them. And he said be in a Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's all I can understand. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained. So this one has to be ideal householder. Yad yada charati sreshtaha tat tad devetora naraha. Sayat pramanam kurite lokaha tad anuvattate. That is pramanam. Praman is the uh, just ideal household life. It will become a model for everyone else. That is an essential point Prabhupada is stressing here. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees, from this letter? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter, and from the update's point of view. So today, Narasimha Chaturdashi, there are so many events are going on in the Bhaktivedanta Mana temple. So when you are here, um, Bhaktivedanta Mana, so the schedule, there is Yajna is also happening, and devotees today we have offered to the temple for flower abhishekam. For the flower abhishekam, so I request dear devotees kindly be present and in the temple to represent our sangha. I don't have chance to come there. This is appearance of Narasimhadev. So this is the schedule here. So Narasimhadev's schedule. Starting in Gaura, they started now 7:30. It is daily darshan, and 8 o'clock drama by the ladies. Ashram 8:25 Harinama procession to Sri Krishna Haveli. And then songs by Jay Devdas, class by Bhakti, Anugraha Janardhan Swami. So 10 o'clock, Narasimha Kavacha Yajna is going to start. I request dear devotees as much as possible. If you are present there, it will be very auspicious on behalf of our Sangha. And pray for our Sangha as well, so that all devotees progress in the spiritual path and increase love for Radha and Krishna. And all the divine qualities that have been, Lord is instructing us to increase the divine qualities so that they will be developed within us. So that Lord will be, Krishna will be pleased. So just pray and be present in that yajna at 10 o'clock, if as wherever it is possible. And then later on in the afternoon times, again there is some drama by the Bhaktivedanta Mana players, and 5:15 is the Abhishek. So this is the part where our offerings we have offered 500 pounds to Abhishek. This is the time. And 6:15 p.m. is the Prasadam feast. And then Kirtan and talks by Indra Swami. Okay, that is Indra Swami is also present. Okay, so this is the schedule. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. So fasting until dusk on this day, and prasad will contain grains. Please remember, prasadam will contain grains. So that means some devotees, they are not yet following the fasting, so they may be consuming, but devotees, if you want to take it and then eat it after dusk, whenever you break the fast. Okay, so
But fasting is 9 o'clock, as you said.
it is
UK.
that one. So
Break.
okay, dusk time in London.
When we were reading it, that was saying 9.
Yeah, so this is the dusk time. It is 9:21. And
9:21 today.
yeah, 9:21.
But because of the temple, they have to survive.
Generally, that is the period.
Mm.
It is kind of, for example, the sunset time and then night time. If you see, sunset time is 2040. So after 2040, it is sunset. Now it will continue and then until the night. That is all dusk period. So when you say dusk time straight away, it is going to be 9:21, something like that. It is saying here. So it is going around 40, 50 minutes, something like that. But
Like 9 o'clock, then it's not like we in the night time. It's
it
not
is
dark.
approximately 9 o'clock.
No, I'm saying that it will be not dark at the time, but here we don't have dark, but otherwise, okay. Yeah, 9 o'clock is still not dark here.
Yeah.
Mm.
See,
9:21, you said, yeah.
generally in the UK, dusk time between 30 and 60 minutes after the sunset. During the civil twilight, the brightest stars are visible and at sea, the horizon is clearly defined. So you have got 60 minutes after sunset.
The sunset is at 2040, so yeah.
And this is a civil twilight, during civil twilight. So what is civil twilight? So we see here in this one, there's a blue color, light blue color, that is civil twilight.
Mhm.
So that is the okay, so that is dusk time, approximately 9 o'clock is the best time.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other comments or
Like I just want to yes, and the purport was mentioned that Vasudeva, even though he was always truthful, but because of the Krishna, he did not it's just like and Krishna like that. But with where Yudhishthir, not Yudhishthir, he doesn't want to say lie at that time, but even the Krishna wishes, but still he just not said. But that's why I think I heard that Yudhishthira has to go for a moment or something to the Naraka, to the what do you call it? Narak. He has to do this like for a few minutes. He has to go because he did not listen, like he did not obey what
yes,
Krishna was to know.
yes. It is not actually Naraka, but he is going next to the Naraka.
Oh, next to the Narak. Okay.
Yeah, but that is where he hears some sounds and then he feels. And the other day we were reading in the Mahabharata, Mahaprasthana.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I didn't even know that Vasudeva, when taking, he was tasting Vasudeva. He fall down in the river. That really, I didn't know about that. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so next to the Naka. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other?
Mm. But here it's mentioned that Vasudeva didn't know that, like Vasudeva and Devaki always think this is my son, like never think it's a God. So when God appears, at that time he was in the four-handed and everything. So they did not think that God has taken place or not.
So even though God, Krishna has appeared in 400 forms, and then as soon as he turned himself into baby,
Mm-hmm.
again the mood of father and mother, it immediately changes by looking at the child, the beautiful child, innocent child, who is in the lap of Devaki. So likewise, immediately he thought of Krishna as his son. It is the mood. You could experience these things. Though parents, one time, if child is saying something, but immediately when he is innocent, immediately you feel compassionate to your child. Immediately the love flows through. Of
Yeah,
course,
like same thing, like when Yasodamaya, when opened the mouth, Krishna opened the mouth, he say all this universal. But afterwards, straight away, he just done something, so he forget. Otherwise, he think, oh, he's God. That's what
yes,
they don't want. Like God doesn't want like that, isn't it? As well,
yes, Mataji.
he wants to be his child. Like,
So this is the affection. It's a natural affection.
Mm.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So Suraj, happy? Then we shall move to the next part, the Shloka learning. It's been very long time, so after practicing this Shloka, okay, that is Sunday. We have been discussing this one. First came to chapter 3 and verse number 23 Sloka in the last time we have been discussing. It is incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the एकोनविंशे विंशतिमे विष्णुसु प्राप्य जन्मनि रामकृष्णाविति भो भगवान अहरद्भरम. The Lord has appeared in the 19th and 20th incarnations. The Lord advented himself as Lord Balarama and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Edo dynasty, and by so doing, he removed the burden of the world. So this sloka was practiced in the last session, but we shall move to the next sloka. So this is the 24th sloka. It is about the Buddha. ततः कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां बुद्धो न अञ्जनसुतः कीकटेषु भविष्यति. Tataha, after Krishna and Balarama's pastimes, next incarnation is the Buddha. Tataha, or thereafter, Kalu, the age of Kali, Sampravritte, having ensured. Kalu Sampravritte. So this is Buddha Avatara, also part of Kali Yuga. Tataha Kalu Sampravritte. Sampravritte is for the purpose of deluding. Sammohaya Suridvisham. And Sammohaya for the purpose of deluding. Suradvisham, the atheists, those who are envious, in order to bewilder the atheistic people. Suradvisham, Sammohaya Suradvisham, Buddha Namna Anjana Sutaha. Buddha, Lord Buddha, with the name of that Lord Buddha, Anjana Sutaha, is whose mother was Anjana. So there are Gautama Buddha is there. His mother is Mayavati. But this Buddha is the son of Anjana Mata. This is Supreme Personality of Godhead, not Gautama Buddha. So Buddha Namna Anjana Sutaha Kekateshu Bhavishyati. So the Lord will appear in the province of Gaya. So it is in the Bihar. Bhavishyati, it will take place. And this Gautama Buddha, he was appeared in the, I think, Lumbini, something like that. It falls in somewhere, I don't know, it may be Nepal or something like that. Maybe Gauringi Mataji knows. But here, this is Kekateshu is in the province of Gaya, Bihar. So Tatah Kalau Sampurvritte Sammohaya Sudvisham Buddho Namna Anjana Sutaha Kekateshu Bhavishyati. So now I request dear devotees, take that turns and then try to recite 3 times this shloka. And then this is just a practice. And then if you have got any questions in the Sanskrit or pronunciation or the words, those things, we will go in there. Can we go in the alphabetical reverse order?
You want me to go first, Brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Reverse order. Usha Mataji, please.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Lo Sampravate Sammohaya Surade Sampratu Namna Anjana Sutta Sutaha Kekateshu Bhavishyati. Tata Kalo Sampravate Sammohaya Surade Sampratu Namna Anjana Sutta Kekateshu Bhavishyati. Tata Kalo Sampravate Sammohaya Surade Sampratu Namna Anjana Sutta Kekateshu Bhavishyati.
Thank you, Mataji. Do you remember Mataji now yet?
Hmm?
Do you remember the shloka?
Yes.
Would you like to recite without saying Mataji?
Tata Kalo Sampravate Tata Kalo Sampravate Sammohaya Surade Sam na yeah. Just look in the left
Hmm.
Tata Kalo Sampravate Sammohaya Surade Sam Kekateshu Bhavishyati. Sorry, Buddho Namna Janasutaha Kikatesu Kavisati. Maybe Prabhu will have go later.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, we shall move to the next. Mrida Sachi Mataji, please. Mrida Sachi Mataji, are you available to recite the Shloka 3 times? Okay, Mataji is not available. Gaurangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. Hare Krishna. ततः कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरादशां बुद्धो नाम्ना जनसुतः किकटेषु भविष्यति ततः कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरादशां बुद्धो नाम्ना जनसुतः किकटेषु भविष्यति ततः कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरादशां बुद्धो नाम्ना जनसुतः कीकटेषु भविष्यति. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful, Mataji. Nicely recited. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Can I request Asha Mataji next to recite, please?
तदकलौ संस्मृते सम्मोहाय शुरदिशा पुत्तो पुत्तो नाञ्जनसुधा कीगदेषु भविष्यति तदकलौ संस्मृते सम्मोहाय शुरदिशां पुत्तो नाञ्जनसुधः कीगदेषु भविष्यति तदकलौ संस्मृते सम्मोहाय शुरदिशां पुत्तो नाञ्जनसुधः कीकटेषु भविष्यति.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So here, Tataha Kalu Sampravrutte. Pravrutte. Sampravrutte. And then Samohaya Surudvisham Buddho. This is Namna Anjana Sutaha. Namna is two different words. When we say here, Namna is split. And then Anjana Sutaha is another word. Buddho Namna Anjana Sutaha Kekateshu Bhavishyati. Would you like to recite, Mataji? This Tataha Kalu Sampravrutte Samohaya Suradvisham Buddho Namna Anjana Sutaha Kekateshu Bhavishyati.
तदा कलौ संस्रवृद्धे सम्मोहाय शुरविशा पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जनसुधः कीकटेषु भविष्यति नाम्ना अञ्जनसुधः.
Yeah, if so here, Namna Anjana Sutaha.
नाम्ना अञ्जनसुधः.
This one, Sampravrutte.
सम्प्रवृत्ते.
Would you like to recite, Mataji?
तदा कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरदिशा पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जनसुधः कीकटेषु भविष्यति.
Perfect. So beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Nicely recited. Do we have Mrida Sachi Mataji to recite? Okay, so now we shall go into the turn just to understand this shloka. So when you are looking at these letters or words, do you have got any questions how to pronounce and what it means? So before we ask each line, going to scrutinizingly looking at the Sanskrit words. Have you got any questions at this time? So here, tataha, this H under the H there is a dot. It is saying this visarga sound, tataha. And then kalau sampravrutte. This is V underscore R. It is called vru. Vru. This is vru. Vrutte. Sampravrutte. And sammohanaya. Sammohanaya. Ha. Sorry. Sammohaya. Suradvisham. Sammohaya. Suradvisham. This is Sha. Dvisham. And Buddho Namna. So here, whenever it is combined, this A is split into two A's. One is here, Namna, and then another A is going to here, Anjana Sutaha. Namna, Anjana Sutaha. Kekateshu. Kekateshu. This is ta, it is a stressful, we need to stress the ta symbol, ta sound. Kekateshu. Kekateshu. Again, sha here. Kekateshu bhavishyati. Kekateshu bhavishyati. Tataha kalau sampravrutte sammohaya suradvisham buddho namna anjanasutaha kekateshu bhavishyati. Okay, so what it is means. Translation. Asha Mataji, would you like to read the translation?
Then, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as Lord Buddha, the son of Anjana, in the province of Gaya, just for the purpose of deluding those who are envious of the faithful theist.
Mataji. Okay, so shall go into scrutinizingly line by line, starting with Usha Mataji. Usha Mataji, would you like to read the translation or what you understand and the context of the first line?
Like Tataho means thereafter. Kalau, the age of Kali, and Sampravritti, having ensued. So before this incarnation of the age of Kali, like thereafter. So before, what was that? Say having ensued. For sure, Prabhu.
Yeah, this one, Tataha, it addresses previous incarnations. That is Krishna and Balaram, the 19th and 20th incarnations. Thereafter those incarnations. So the Goswami is explaining all the incarnations. This is the 20th incarnation. Sorry, 21 incarnation.
21.
21. So thereafter means after Krishna and Balaram incarnations. It addresses that previous incarnations after those.
So this is the Buddha. Yes, Prabhu?
Yes,
The
yes, Buddha. It is mentioned Buddha here.
So the is it Anjana Sutta? Is it Anjana Mata? Is it what the Hanumanji Mata says? This is the one
No,
that's
no, no.
no.
Hanuman's mother is also Anjana, but
Anjana.
here Anjana, Buddha's mother is Anjana.
Anjana.
And Hanuman's mother, she is the wife of Kesari, and she was previously an Apsara,
Okay.
and they have got a kind of a the form of a monkey shapes, Kesari and Anjana. So Hanuman was the son of Anjana and Kesari. Monkey Kesari is belongs to this Vanaras.
Okay, so that Anjana Mata was the Apsara Prabhu. That's one.
Yes, so that is Kesari belongs to Vanara, and in the womb of Anjana, that Anjana, Hanuman's mother Anjana, uh, the Vayudeva, there are different pastimes of it, different stories are there. So Hanuman was one. That Anjana is different. This Buddha's mother Anjana. She is different. It is in the age of Kali. Hanuman belongs to the Ramayana period.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji. And then can I request next Gauringi Mataji? Would you like to say second line? Samohaya Suradvisham.
Okay, Prabhuji. Samohaya, for the purpose of deluding Sura, the how can I pronounce Prabhuji? The deists,
A theist.
deities,
A theist. Theist.
and that is okay. That is means
The devotees. Suras means demigods. Theists who believe in God, they're called theists.
okay. Then Dvesham, those who are invoice. So some moha, who is going to um, who like the God, who purpose with God, who love to them, the who love with God, and um, I cannot probably
Uh,
very I feel very difficult probably cannot maybe
so here,
then
Samohaya is for the purpose of deluding, bewilder them. To whom bewilder? Who are the enemies of devotees? Who are enemies of devotees? They're all like called demons, asuras.
Asura, yeah.
Asuras are always enemies of devotees. So, in order to bewilder the asuras, the Lord, he has taken the form of Buddha. Samohaya Sudvisham, to bewilder them.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Vivasachi Mataji, are you available now? Okay, Asha Mataji, meanwhile, would you like to
Putto
explain?
namna Anjana Sudaha. Um, uh, so Lord Buddha, he born to a mother who her name is Anjana. Her name was Anjana. So Lord Buddha was born to Mother Anjana.
Yes,
So,
so that is the perfect. And then, if you give one more line of context, so
uh,
any context, Mataji, so why he is the son of Anjana Sudha?
um, so Anjana Sudaha, whose mother was Anjana, that's
Yes,
what it means. Buddha means Lord Buddha,
yes,
and Nama means name.
yes,
So Lord Buddha's mother's name is Anjana.
yes, correct. So,
But
yeah, here everything, the scriptures, they give who is the mother for the Lord. So for Krishna, Devaki Sutta Krishna, Vasudeva son Krishna, Vasudeva Sutta Krishna, Devaki Nandana, Yashoda Nandana, Nanda Nandana. So their father and mother names are properly described in the scriptures. If the Buddha is appearing, the Supreme Personality of God is appearing, that means there are some references in the scriptures. This is Kalu means this scripture has been compiled in the Dwapara Yuga. So Vyasadeva has compiled in the Dwapara Yuga 5000 years ago, saying that Kalu after that in the future Buddha is going to appear. So this scripture has been uh, composed before Buddha has appeared. So that means in the future, if any one incarnation comes, then we need to refer that whether that one is aligning to the scriptural injunctions or not. Whether his mother name is mentioned, his father name is mentioned, his place is mentioned, the birthplace is mentioned. Based on those things, we come to the conclusions. Thank you, Mataji. Nicely explained. So here, Lord Buddha's name is Anjana. Okay, so next is the Kekadeshu Bhavishyati. Usha Mataji, would you like to say this Kekadeshu Bhavishyati and also try to recite the shloka?
Okay, the Kekateshu is mentioning in the provision of Gaya, Bihar. Like this is the place, I think, and Bhavishyati will take place. So in the future, they were saying like will take place the Buddha in a place that is in Bihar, that's Gaya. So the as an incarnation of your 21st, the in a Kali that as a Lord, as a Buddha, it's going the born in Gaya in Bihar. The
Yes.
place. Yes,
Has anyone gone there to Gaya?
no problem. I have been to Gaya.
Asha Mataji, did you get a chance to go to Gaya?
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
Hmm?
No, Prabhu, sorry.
No.
Uh, uh, we went to Varanasi, Prabhu.
Okay.
From there, we went to the place called uh, where the Lord Buddha gave his first lecture or something.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I forgot the name.
Bo-
Saranath.
Bodhi Vruksha.
Saranath,
Saranath. Oh, Saranath. Okay.
which is like 20 minutes away from the Kashi Vishwanath temple.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so that is Kekatesh is the Gaya, the province of Gaya, where people also go there to offer oblations to the forefathers. Okay, in that Gaya only. That is the famous. And the Gaya is also name of one of the Gandharvas. And it has got that name. There is again a pastime for that one. But we don't go in deep into that one. Uh, so
So,
that is,
Prabhu, the both left is Bodhi then Gaya, or this is the born place, Prabhu?
no, this is the birthplace.
Birthplace. Okay, okay.
So this is Buddha Namna Anjana Sutaha Kekateshu Bhavishyati. The Lord is going to appear in the Gaya as a son of Anjana. See, would you like to read this translation, Mataji?
Oh, okay, Prabhu. Do you want me to recite first the Sloka, Prabhu?
Uh,
Okay.
First translation, and then we can go the recitation, 3 times
Yeah.
recitations later.
Then in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as Lord Buddha, the son of Anjana, in the province of Gaya, just for the purpose of deluding those who are envious of the faithful theists.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So this is deluding means the demonic people, they used to kill so many of animals in the name of sacrifice and kill them and then eat them. So like that. So, but Lord was appearing as a Buddha and then bewildering them. Just stop all the sacrifices. And one of the person by performing the sacrifices, one may get so much of energy and enthusiasm to do. So it will encourage. But here, by deluding those demonic people and make them to stop with these sacrifices, so that is called a delusion. So in the age of Kali. Okay, so that is the purpose of Buddha Avataram. Okay, would you like to recite Mataji 3 times, please?
Yes, Prabhu. तथा कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां बुद्धो नाम्नाञ्जनसुतः कीकटेषु भविष्यति तथा कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां बुद्धो नाम्नाञ्जनसुतः कीकटेषु भविष्यति तथा कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां बुद्धौ नाम्नाञ्जनसुतः कीकटेषु भविष्यति.
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to do it without looking?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. ततः कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां बुद्धो नाम्नाञ्जनसुतः कीकटेषु भविष्यति. Hare
Very
Krishna.
beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. Next, can I request Asha Mataji, please?
तद तद कलौ संप्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय शुरद्विषां पुत्तो नाम्नाञ्जनसुदः कीकटेषु भविष्यति तद कलौ संस्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जनसुदः कीकटेषु भविष्यति तद कलौ संस्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जनसुदः कीकटेषु भविष्यति.
Very nice. Would you like to try it without looking, Mataji?
तद कलौ संस्रवृत्ते तद कलौ संस्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय भविष्यय सुरद्विषां पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जनसदहि
Anjanasutaha.
अञ्जनसुतः कीकटेषु भविष्यति. Sorry, Prabhu, I just
Satata kalu sampravrutte. Sampravrutte.
सम्प्रवृत्ते.
Would you like to try, Mataji, without looking?
तद कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते तद कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ते सम्मोहन सम्मोहाय प्रवृष्टां
Suradvisham.
सुरद्विषां पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जन पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जन
Sutaha.
सुदः पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जनसुदः कीकटेषु भविष्यति कीकटेषु भविष्यति.
You want to go once more, Mataji, without looking?
तद कलौ संस्रवृत्ते तद कलौ संस्रवृत्ते सम्मोहाय भविष्यति
Suradvisham.
सम्मोहाय सुरद्विषां पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जन पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जन सुदः पुत्तो नाम्ना अञ्जनसुदः कीकटेषु भविष्यति.
Bhashyati. Yeah.
Sorry.
Very, very nice, Mataji. You have tried very nicely. Are able to remember everything. Thank you so much. Okay, so we shall move to next Garingi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah. Tataha kalo sampravritti sammohaya suradisam buddho namna anjana sutaha kikatesu bhavishyati. Tataha kalo sampravritti sammohaya suradisam buddho namna anjana sutaha kikatesu bhavishyati. Tataha kalo sampravritti sammohaya suradisam buddho namna anjana sutaha kikatesu bhavishyati. Without looking, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
ततः कलौ सम्प्रवृत्ति सम्मोहाय सुरादृशं बुद्धो नाम्ना अञ्जना सुतः किकटेषु भविष्यति.
Wonderful, Mataji. So beautifully recited.
Thank you,
So
Prabhuji.
we are nearly 4 more shlokas going until 28 shlokas. So this is 1 to 29 shlokas where is reciting every day, morning and evening. So Dukhagrama Vimuchyate. They will be free from all kinds of difficulties. Okay, so that is we are a few more shlokas to go.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
I heard Buddha's mother name is Maya Devi. Here is Anjana
Yes,
Sudha. So what
yes,
different, Prabhuji?
yes. So here, would you like to read? It's a big thing, big. Okay, it's a big purport. Let me just. So there are two Buddhas, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji.
One is son of Mayavati. That Buddha was born in the Nepal, isn't it, Mataji? Lumbini.
Yes.
Okay, so
This
that
is not that one Buddha, yeah?
yes, he is Gautama Buddha. But here it is mentioned. It is the Anjani Sutta Buddha. It is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gautama Buddha is not Supreme God. Here, Anjani Sutta Gautama, Anjani Sutta Buddha is Supreme God.
Okay, but Buddhist talking about Buddha is Supreme Buddha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but here, this is our Anjani Sutta Buddha is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So again, here there is no. If we see Lord Buddha's in there is in our ISKCON retreat at home. Lord Buddha in Lord Buddha. There are many Buddhas, in fact. Where are the two Buddhas? ISKCON.com. If we see here in the blog, it is mentioned here. There are two different Buddhas that played part to establish Buddhism and its principles of ahimsa and non-violence and its monist philosophy. So, in the following material world, we look at the evidence that seems to indicate that there was first the avatar Buddha, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, who appeared near 1800 before Christ era. And then there was another person who became known as Gautama called Buddha, born around 560 before Christ era. So there is a gap between two Buddhas around 1300 years. And the first avatar Buddha established a philosophy of ahimsa, non-violence, and convinced those followers of Vedic customs who had not become bent toward animal sacrifice to give up such rituals and simply follow him and become kind to animals. Being avatar of Vishnu, he did not establish any godless or monist philosophy. It is just only bewildering the demons. That's all. That is first Buddha. Avatar Buddha was also born of his mother Anjana in what became known as Bodhavya, that is the Gaya. And here, second Buddha known as Gautama or Siddhartha or Shakyamuni, sage of Sakyas, was born in the Lumbini, now in Nepal, with Maya Devi as his mother. He is one we often hear about, the prince who left home to do austerities to find enlightenment. He went to Bodh Gaya to meditate because of its spiritual potency as the birthplace of the avatar of Buddha. Then he became enlightened to the reasons for suffering in this world and developed a godless way of becoming free from suffering. From that point, he established the monist and godless philosophy of Buddhism, which became named after him. So this is further past tense. Of course, there are so many things. See, the Theravadin texts refer to six preceding Buddhas, those who have awakened as Vipassin, Sikin, Krakuchanda, Konagamara, and Kashyapa, and Maitreya as the Buddha of the future. But we are not taking any of these things. There are many Buddhas.
Prabhuji, I heard this Gautam Buddha is 20 feet of Buddha. I heard that. Sure or not? I'm not sure, but I heard that. Prabhuji.
Maybe one of it, Mataji. That is also, but there are so many other things. The philosophy, deep philosophy is going there. Devotees, if you wanted, then you can have a look into this. Okay, so that is about the Buddha. But here we are discussing Anjanisuta Buddha, who has appeared in the province of Gaya. Okay, so thank you so much, Garingi Mataji. So that is from Srimad Bhagavatam, learning of the Slokas. It not there is long thing to discuss as well, so I did not hold the devotees for a long time because today is Narasimha Chaturdashi. Devotees may want to go to the temples and do many things at home. Usha Mataji, you wanted to say anything?
No, Prabhu, yes, I didn't know about that. How well the Buddha is that, because we were thinking that that is the Buddha. So who that they worship, the Buddhists worship this Buddha. This is the difference than this. So
Yes. There are many things if you go into the philosophy. So Buddhism is violence. Again, if it is violence, they also worship Buddha.
mhm.
So why do they, if there is nothing, why they worship Buddha? That is in respect.
Um,
So likewise here, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna appears, we worship him as Krishna. Likewise, they also worship Buddha. That means they are worshipping, but they propose wideism. There is no alignment for what they speak and what they do. And similarly, some other religions, they do not worship the deities. They propose that we should not worship deities or idols, something like that. But they keep their idols there still, which is against their propaganda.
mhm.
So all religions are they propose that one, but they do not follow that.
And that's it.
But the whatever the Krishna consciousness movement, the Sanatana Dharma, it properly describes and it follows it. That is the difference. See, why then if there is nothing, why they worship Buddha? Because he has proposed that they worship Buddha. Similarly, we worship Krishna. So Krishna explained all these things. We worship Krishna. And Rama has followed Dharma. We worship Rama. So that is the way of life. And in some of the Christian religions, they say that worship of idols is not recommended, but still they have got the uh, these statues of Jesus, statues of Mary, something like that. They do have got. If they one should not do it, why you have got this in the churches like that? That means there is no right answer. So that is means it is a respect. But we have to, but here our scripture says that. So you need to worship Madhishna Darshana Puja Stuti Abhivandanaihi Bhuteshu Madbhavanya Tatvena Asangamena. One has to develop the beautiful um, uh, attraction for the beautiful form of the Lord. And Lord's form is so attractive that he is, it is transcendental, not of the any of materialistic nature. One who has got those transcendental beauty, attracted to transcendental beauty. So, like a small example is that there is a caterpillar which will turn into later on butterfly in its lifetime. So first of all, it will make a cocoon in that, and then it will be just dreaming, and when I will become butterfly, 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 and then whenever it turns itself into the beautiful butterfly, and it will make a hole to the cocoon and come out, and it with a beautiful colors. But that is kind of a meditation. Whenever we are always children, I wanted to become a doctor. So all because of his mood, his ambition. So if his efforts are flawless, he will become a doctor. Similarly, one become a lawyer, one become a soldier, one become a police, one can become a scientist. According to if they have put their proper efforts, they will become that kind of profession. But these are all material designations, material professions. But a devotee, they do not want these material things. We are all meditating on the beauty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, transcendental to the material nature, and which is uh, above the time influence, above the material goodness, passion, and ignorance. So, because we are meditating on that form, beautiful form, we become the servant of the beautiful form. We also become transcendental. We also become uh, not in the jurisdiction of the time factor. Because how we are meditating, we will become that. But what we need to do, we need to put our endeavors without any flaws, without any mistakes. That is the only thing required. Like one become a doctor or engineer like that. Like one become a pure devotee and enter into the spiritual abode of God. Okay, so that is the main proper way of explaining scientifically. Okay, so thank you, Mataji. So here the Buddha is trying to bewilder all the atheists. This is practice of this shloka, learning and again reciting and reciting again and again to remember this Sanskrit slokas. Okay, so if you're all happy, then we shall conclude. Due to the time, we may see maybe in the later, on the 25th of May, 2 weeks after, when we come to that point, we may read that purport and then if required. So for now, if you're all happy, we shall conclude and continue with our japa. Devotees, you may go to the temples to participate in the Abhishek and all those things, yajnas and like that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।